Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTOadvisor.com and more coverage from a very exciting VMworld 2019. You know, if I would not have looked up and recognized the signage, I would think this is HPE Discover 2019 in like San Francisco. HPE, you guys are killing it. You had some pretty big announcements going out of HPE Discover and coming into VMworld 2019. You are a man in high demand, Don Randall, global marketing manager for HPE Greenlake.
Right.
Greenlake was something that last year I was kind of shrugging my shoulders at. After this past Discover, I'm paying attention now. What's the big news coming out of VMworld 2019?
Well, so you're right. At Discover, Antonio Neri stood on main stage and said, we will become an as-a-service company. And that's what Greenlake does. So we bring as-a-service experiences to our customers. And so here at VMworld, we announced that the next step in that journey, that we're taking that to the VMware Cloud Foundation and the integration of that with HPE Synergy. So we can give a full as-a-service experience for our customers on-prem, and they can take that to the public cloud as they need to, and using the VMware Cloud Foundation as our private cloud.
Wow, that is something, because you look at like the market and as a watcher of the industry. I kind of feared this juggernaut with HPE's new owners that not HPE's but Dell owning VMware, and thinking, man, you know what, is that going to kill innovation? And is that going to kill kind of some of the cool things that's been happening in the community? And HPE has been standing up and saying, you know what, we're going to continue not only to innovate technology. We had a team earlier talking about VCF and integration of Synergy,
right,
but to be able to purchase that as a service really does make for a more agile IT infrastructure. What are the conversations with customers?
Yeah, so one of the conversations we typically start with is, are you moving to the cloud? And if so, what's your plan? And our answer is typically that you need to find the right mix of use of public cloud, use of on-prem, whether that's in a data center or in a colo, based on the characteristics of your apps and data. So put your apps and data in the right place, and you'll be much more successful in that. That's what the leaders in the industry do. So we start there with the right mix conversation. And then the obvious question is, well, how should I get there? And since we've acquired cloud technology partners and Red Pixie over the years, we've moved over 1,000 people to the cloud. So we have the capability to move those apps and data to the cloud. And what we're embarking on with this Everything as a Service program is to be able to bring the cloud to apps and data that are on-prem, and they should stay there. So they should get the same experience. It's a managed experience, public, private, should be the same experience.
So I've had this back and forth with a lot of my peers in the industry, and I think you hit on a key word, this managed experience. How is this different than managed service?
Yeah, so managed services or outsourcing is what we knew 20 years ago, and it's a little bit heavy. I'll take everything, thank you very much. And what we want to do is put customers in control. So a CIO is responsible for compliance, they're responsible for security, responsible for performance and the satisfaction of the user community. If they can't control that responsibility is pretty difficult. So we put the customers in control. We do what they need for us to do so they can go off and innovate for their businesses, and we take care of the routine work. Just think of an as-a-service experience. If you go to a cloud provider, you're not updating firmware, you're not changing tapes, you're not plugging in, you're not reconfiguring servers and middleware, and it should be the same thing on premise. So that should be your on-premise experience. You should also have the ability to pay for what you use, and so we give that metered usage-based payment on-prem for really any infrastructure, but particularly for cloud infrastructure. And you should have the ability to grow fairly elastically, just be ready to go when you have a new project, when you have a new customer, and have that elasticity. So all those characteristics and ultimately from a self-service, kind of user-friendly, automated portal. That's what we're aiming for. And right now we can do that with the VMware Cloud Foundation. It's a great mix.
So with VMware Cloud Foundation, this as a service model, this is new territory for HPE.
It is.
So when I have a conversation with HPE, I'm not accustomed to kind of this whole hold on, this. I'm not buying it all up front.
Yeah.
I'm not buying all the capacity. I'm buying by the drink.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking over. I'm not selling you my operations.
Right.
You're like, my people are not going to manage you. Other than that, what are some of the kind of learning points there have been for customers as they've started to engage this new HPE?
Yeah, a lot of it actually has been upside. We've been at this for 8-9 years in various forms, and over those years, I think we had a customer not renew. So incredible satisfaction. I mean, it's just a great experience for customers because we take care of a lot of the routine work. We have a personal interface with the customer, and we do a lot of the management remotely, but there's always a personal interface. And just because the economics work so well, that they really save on their capital, and they can, if you're a service provider, you can align your costs with your revenue. So if your business goes up, your costs go up. If your business doesn't go up, your costs don't go up. So, and if you're just a customer, an end user customer, then you don't have to spend the money on over provisioning. So much of the time, if you're buying, let's say, storage or servers or whatever you're going to buy, you have to think about 6, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months ahead, because you don't know how it's going to go. And
right.
The purchasing cycles just take you a while. So we just eliminate that.
Yeah, that whole getting the PO to my HPE rep, and then 6 months later I get the solution is really it's been a killer innovation.
Harder is probably getting the money in the first place to get that PO.
Exactly.
So this makes the whole cost and the economics really predictable. When you can go to a CFO and say, our business is growing, that's why I'm spending more money. Or I've got this envelope of funding you gave me, and here's how I'm distributing that out in a smooth way. But we've never gone without. We've always been ready for the next project. It's really a high customer sat story. Customers really enjoy the experience, just the way you would with the public cloud. Public cloud serves a purpose. Consumption on-prem serves a purpose. And back to the idea of got to find your right mix of public and on-prem.
So Don, where can people find out more about HPE Greenlake?
Sure. We're at hpe.com/Greenlake.
All right, so you heard it here from the man himself. You're a man in high demand these days. This is not, I think, a small thing. Most of the conversation that coming out of HPE Discover was wow when they heard that HPE was going to do everything as a service.
Yeah.
All right, for more coverage of HPE at VMworld 2019, you can follow us on the web, thectoadvisor.com. The CTO Dose, you can be found on YouTube and, of course, LinkedIn. Join the conversation. Talk about what do you think about HPE's new strategy around GreenLake and as a service. Is it overly ambitious, or what is exactly what the enterprise asks for? Talk to you next, CTO Dose.